Hi, hello and welcome back to F1 Challenge VB. My name is Mephisto and our journey through the history of Formula 1 continues today with the 9th round of the 1968 season, the Italian Grand Prix. It was held on the 8th of September. It had 24 entries, 20 of them took part in the race with 14 ending up retiring. The race consisted of 68 laps completed in 1 hour, 40 minutes and 14 seconds. Surtees started the race from pole but retired on lap 9 after suffering an accident. McLaren was second on the grid but retired on lap 35 due to an oil leak. Amon started from third but retired on lap 9 after being involved in an accident. X was fourth on the grid. Hill started fifth but retired on lap 11 with a wheel problem. And Stewart started the race from sixth but retired after blowing his engine on lap 43. In the chaos, Holm moved from 7th into the lead and won the Italian Grand Prix from Gavin, who moved from 13th into 2nd and was 1 minute 28.4 seconds behind Holm. X moved up 1 position to finish 3rd. He was 1 minute 28.6 seconds behind. Courage went from 17th to 4th. He was 1 lap down. Beltois went from 18th to 5th. He was 2 laps down. And Bonnier, who started the race from 19th, rounded off the top 6. He was 4 laps down. The fastest man of the race was Jackie Oliver, who posted a time of 1 minute 26.5 seconds on lap 7. Greetings from the Temple of Speed, where a lap starts off with a very long run into turn 1, Curva Grande, a fast open right-hander that takes us into Roggia, a fast open left-hander. This itself leads into Lesmo, a double apex right-hander. Brake hard for Lesmo 1 and let the camber of the track guide you. A quick burst of power and we reach Lesmo 2. Once again, allow the camber of the track to help you along. Next up is Curva Via Leone, a long fast left-hander. This corner can be quite deceiving, so be careful. Lastly, we come into Parabolica, a long 180-degree right-hander. The first half of the corner is a bit tighter than the second, so keep that in mind. But this brings us around onto the main straight, and that is a lap around the Monza circuit. And here we are in qualifying, coming around to set our first and only qualifying lap, a 1:38.639. As always, I tried to improve on this, but I couldn't really go any faster than this. In fact, I was much slower, about 0.8 of a second, which isn't very good. So that's it for qualifying. As we now take a look at the previous Italian Grand Prix winners. It's been quite some time since we won a race here. Last time we won actually was in 1958, so that was a very long time ago. Hopefully things will go a little bit better today. However, judging by how things went so far this season, I'm not holding my hopes high. Anyway, Seifert is starting from pole with Jackie X in 2nd, Richard Atwood 3rd, Pedro Rodriguez 4th, 5th is Jochen Rindt, and rounding off the top 6 is Jean-Pierre Beltois. In 7th we have Jackie Stewart, followed by Denny Holm in 8th. 9th is Bobby Unser, followed by Jackie Oliver in 10th. In 11th we have Graham Hill. Bruce McLaren starting from 12th. Amon 13th. 14th is Ludovico Scarfiotti. 15th Pierce Courage, Lucien Bianchi 16th. 17th Johnny Servos Gavin. Jack Brabham is 18th. 19th Vic Alfred. Dan Gurney 20th. 21st John Surtees. Derek Bell starting from 22nd, 23rd Andy Hicks, 24th Mario Andretti, John Love, 25th Henri Pescarolo, 26th, 27th Kurt Ahrens Jr., 28th Silvio Moser, 29th Joe Bonnier, 30th Dave Charlton, 31st Widows, and 32nd David Hobbs. So that is the lineup for today's race. Hopefully things will go a little bit better. But again, judging by how the season played out so far, I'm not holding my hopes too high for doing very well. And there was a Lotus there stuck on the grid, not quite sure who it was, but we might get a replay later on, and we are off. We managed to move up into 22nd thanks to that retirement, but it looks like Henri Pescarolo is really trying to get around us as we come into Curva Grande here. I moved to the side a bit wide, didn't really want to go this wide, but I now stick to that line because, well, why change it if it kind of works. As I try to catch up on Derek Bell, I touch him there, but nothing major happened, so that's okay. As we now come into Lesmo, and Henri Pescarolo manages to overtake us. So we drop back down to 23rd as we take a look at a replay of the start, and here we are. There is the Lotus that was stuck on the grid. I didn't quite see the number, so I still don't know who it is, but again, I'm pretty sure we'll get a replay. We'll see a replay of that, so we'll just have to wait a little bit as we come around through Parabolica for the very first time. We move up into 21st. There were a couple of retirements there through Parabolica, so that's quite nice, at least for us, as we get around Henri Pescarolo, Derek Bell, Lucien Bianchi, Ludovico Scarfiotti, and I think we'll also be able to overtake Mario Andretti. Yes, indeed, we overtake Mario Andretti, and that is 15th already, as we are now chasing after someone else. And here is a replay of Jackie Oliver, who had an electric problem and was stuck on the grid, so that is why he's retired, and he was the one who retired there. And here, towards the end of lap 1, we see Pedro Rodriguez coming very fast into Parabolica, crashes, and he's out of the race. And here is Pierce Carriage coming into Parabolica as well at the end of lap 1, flips his car, and he is also out of the race. So those are the first few retirements as we move on to lap 2, and I just overtook John Surtees for 14th, which is absolutely fantastic. Now lap 3, and there are a few more retirements through Parabolica here, and that allows us to move out into 12th, which is quite nice, as we take a look at a replay of Lucien Bianchi, who flips his car upside down and obviously is out of the Italian Grand Prix. Then we also have Bobby Unser, who does pretty much the exact same thing, and well, he's out of the race as well. And we also have a replay of Jochen Rindt, who, well, do I really have to say this? He does the exact same thing, flips his car upside down, and is out of the Italian Grand Prix. As we now move on to lap 4, chasing after Johnny Servoz Gavin, who is about 4 seconds up the road, slowly catching up to him, slowly pulling away from Derek Bell, which is quite nice. As we take a look at a replay of Joe Bonnier coming through Parabolica, and well, you can see what's going on. He flips his car, and that is it. Moving on to lap 6 now, when we just overtook Jean-Pierre Beltois and Johnny Servoz Gavin, so we are now in 10th, and we're looking at Bruce McLaren in front of us. Can we overtake him? Yes, we can, as we come towards the end of lap 6. So we move up into 9th now, and we are now looking at Graham Hill. Hopefully we will be able to overtake him. However, I go a little bit too wide for Parabolica. That allows Bruce McLaren to overtake us, but not for long, as we manage to get a better drive out of the corner, and we get back our position. Then we overtake Graham Hill, and I forgot who the other one was, so we move up into 7th. Now on lap 8 we get around Chris Amon, so we move up into 6th. Can we overtake Denny Holm as well? Yes, we overtake... Nope, we don't overtake Joe Sifford, so we stay in 5th for the moment, but I'm sure we'll overtake Sifford soon. Yes, we do, as we come into Lesmo here. We overtake Jackie Stewart as well, so we are now in 3rd. However, Jackie Stewart manages to get around us on the outside, but maybe we can catch back up to Jackie Stewart as we are trying to get around this back marker. And indeed we catch up to Jackie Stewart and Jackie X, so we move up into 2nd place, and we are now chasing after Richard Atwood, who is leading the Italian Grand Prix at the moment. As we take a look at a replay of Mario Andretti coming through Lesmo 2 here, and his engine blows up, so that is the end of his race. Quite sad for him, but things like that happen. As we now move on to lap 12, still chasing after Atwood. However, he's pulling away quite significantly as we come around a back marker there, coming through Parabolica. And here is a replay of David Hobbs, who has a problem with his brakes. He pulls to the side of the circuit, and that is his Italian Grand Prix over. Lap 14 now, as we come up on another back marker. Richard Atwood is continuing to pull away from us, and we are continuing to pull away from Jackie X. As we take a look at a replay of Graham Hill coming into Parabolica, loses his car, flips upside down, and interestingly enough, he doesn't retire, so he just ends up not completing the race, basically, or well, the 90% of race distance, as we now take a look at a replay of Richard Atwood at the end of lap 14 coming around to set the fastest lap of the race, so congratulations to Atwood. As we continue our race now on lap 18, Atwood obviously still pulling away from us, and we are pulling away from Jackie X as we take a look at a replay of John Love coming into Parabolica. They're having a tangle with one of the Ferraris. He flips his car upside down, and that is the end of his race. And here is a replay of Silvio Moser. Actually, it wasn't a Ferrari, sorry about that, my mistake. Anyway, Moser flipped his car upside down as well, and he's out of the race as well. Lap 20 now, and by this point I obviously won't be able to catch up to anyone as we take a look at a replay of Bruce McLaren, who, well, retires as well, because that is the nature of this game. I'm not quite sure why he didn't try to avoid that car, but anyway, Richard Atwood manages to win the Italian Grand Prix, and here's a replay of him coming around to cross the line and win the Italian Grand Prix. Congratulations to Atwood for winning and posting the fastest lap of the race. That's quite nice for him, at least. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Andy Higgs manages to finish a race here in 1968. Not only that, but we finish in second position, which is an absolutely fantastic finish. X finishes third, Amon fourth, fifth Jackie Stewart, and Joe Sifford finishes sixth. Well, what can I say? That was a very, very good result for Andy after all that bad luck we had this season, so couldn't be any happier as we take a look at all the retirements. But yeah, that was quite a race, and I'm very, very happy that we managed to finish one without flipping the car upside down. So yeah, that is quite a good result. So let's move on, and here are the career statistics. This was Andy's 170th Grand Prix. His best start is from first, has 16 pole positions, has set 29 fastest laps. His best finishes in first, has completed 101 races, 78 of them in the points, has won 44 Grand Prix, 4 at the Indianapolis 500, 6 in Monaco, has 8 championships under his belt, has scored a total of 527 points, has retired 69 times, has experienced 3,494 out of 4,411 laps, has 8 bronze trophies, 17 silver trophies, 44 gold trophies, and as an extension 44 podiums. And here is a quick look at the championship standings. Chris Amon moving into the lead of the championship with Pedro Rodriguez in second, Jackie X third, fourth Graham Hill, fifth Richard Atwood. Sharing sixth are Bruce McLaren and Pierce Carriage. Andy Higgs moves up into 13th. The last person with points is Johnny Servoz Gavin down in 26th, and bringing up the bottom of the driver standings is Van Rooyen down in 40th. So those are the driver standings. Let's now move on to the Constructors, where we have Owen Racing leading the Constructors Championship with Scuderia Ferrari in second, Gold Leaf Team Lotus third, fourth are Bruce McLaren Motor Racing, Rec Parnell fifth, Matra International sixth, BMW move up into 9th. The last team with points are Joe Bonnier Racing Team down in 17th, and bringing up the bottom of the Constructors are John Love down in 21st. So that was the Italian Grand Prix. Finally a good result for Andy. Not a good result, actually a fantastic result, given that he retired from 8 of the 9 races so far. So that is very, very good, I would say. I hope you agree. But yeah, that is it for the Italian Grand Prix. Our next race is the Canadian Grand Prix, this time at a different circuit. So I'm looking forward to that. It's kind of an interesting little race, quite fun. So hopefully we'll have a good race there, and hopefully Andy will be able to complete the remaining 3 races. But that is it for this video. So don't forget to vote for next season's team. Link is in the description. Also don't forget to send in your name suggestions for Andy's son. You know the rules. They are the same as always. I'll only accept 1 name per user, and keep in mind to type name suggestion in the comments. That way it will be a little bit easier for me to find the relevant comments at the end of the season, when I will gather all the names and compile them into a straw poll for you guys to vote for during the 1969 season. But yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, stay sharp.